Yo, what up people? Leah here from Creative Tech Lab. Today we're talking about color grading, specifically how to get the skin tones right. Let's get into it. So as I was editing the video that went up this week for the moment variable ND filter, I was playing around with the skin tones and trying to get them right, and I was like, you know what, I kind of need to update my color grading process and let you guys know what it is that we're doing for the skin tones. So that's what we're getting into today. But real quick before we get into it, just a little bit of manners. Welcome to the channel. This is probably your first time here. The only thing that I ask is that you stick around, give the video a chance, and then if you like it, you know what to do with all the buttons down below. Also, I'm always humbled when people take the chance to subscribe. We've recently hit well over 3,000 now, probably approaching 3,500 by the time this video comes out. That's not a small party anymore. So again, humble. Just want to say that real quick to start every video, that I appreciate each and every one of you that decides to do that. Today is also Thursday, which means it's a 3-minute Thursday. Yes, just like a YouTuber you may be familiar with, to try to tackle a subject in a certain amount of time. When I say when on the timer, today that topic is, again, skin tones, and specifically how to get them right, or how I get them right as possible in Final Cut Pro, because that's my editing software. Before we jump into the software real quick, I just want to let you know I have previously done a video on color grading with LUTs. Those are quick, dirty edits, and they're quick to get these YouTube videos out, and that was in a different setup outside of this room. However, I have been a little bit more intentional now about how any adjustment I make affects the skin tones and making sure that we're on that flesh line. So let's jump into the software and see exactly what I'm talking about here. Alright, so this is the video that I was talking about here. This was shot in this very similar setup that we're dealing with here. My big light down here, fill light over there actually bouncing off the window, and I have these two lights in the back to kind of complement the contrast, that orange and teal type look there, and that comes out looking kind of flat like you're seeing here on the screen. So jumping into the software, the first thing I would do here is to add some contrast into this image. So I have the waveform up here, and you can see it's kind of flat. I shoot in the HLG 2 picture profile there, so it's not too flat. The colors are actually almost right. So I go ahead there, drop the blacks down to 0, push those highlights up a bit there, and now we can see we have some nice contrast. We've gone from this to this here real quick, and that's already looking really good. However, the first thing I want to do is check here and go into my vector scopes, and then we're going to come over here to the effects tabs, Command 5 if you don't already have it pulled up there, and we're going to search for the draw mask tool. I'm going to drop a mask onto this footage here, come over into my effects tab, and that's going to have the draw mask selected, and then I'm going to draw a mask around my face, but not getting my eyes or my mouth into the frame there. So come down here, getting rid of all the here, out here, not around the eyes. Probably go out there, boom. All right, pull back up my scopes. So as you can see, the flesh line is a little bit off there, looking a little bit magenta-ish there. So what we could do, there's a couple things we could do. I could do a color wheels and just add some green into the midtones to the entire image there, and that would put the entire image where it's supposed to be. So push a little bit of greenish yellow there. Boom, we are now on the flesh line. If I come in here and turn off my mask, you will see the image now looks like this, and we actually went from this looking kind of reddish magenta there to that, and my skin tones look right. If I turn back on my mask there, the saturation is about right. I could come back up in here into my color wheels and just add some saturation into the entire image there, which is probably what I would do, just to saturate it a little bit. And then let's go back here and see what that looks like. And yeah, now we've gone from this to that there real quick image there. However, I do want to delete the color wheels real quick and just show you guys what I'd actually do just to dial it in just a little bit more. I could use a hue saturations curves. Come in here, let me turn my mask back on. And where did that go? Right here. I come into my hue versus hue and use the dropper to select the skin tone there. And then boom, I'm gonna come here and there we go. I'm gonna drop that line on there right there. And then as I said, if I wanted to saturate the image a little bit, again, we're gonna select there and push a little bit of saturation right in the color space that we're supposed to be. And now if I come over here, turn my mask off and look at my effects, we went from this to that. Quick color grade there. And then the last thing that I do use a lot. So just to give it a little bit more oomph, right now I've been using the JR Ali LUTs a lot there. So I dropped the custom LUT effect onto there, come down to here, subtle classic gives me that orange and teal look there. And I am really subtle with it. I probably dial it down to around 20% there. And you could see that just added that there. But when it is that I do that, I want to make sure that I come in and check to see what is done to the skin tone. So I turn on the draw mask there just one more time, see what the LUT has done, and it actually just kind of saturated it and turned it off a little bit. I could come back into my hue saturations curve there and just a touch there with the LUT on there, just to change that adjustment to make sure that we're still on that line. Turn off my draw mask. Now we've gone from that to that there super quick, and that's the way that I color grade my images there. I just realized I never start the timer. I don't even know where I'm at in terms of 3 minutes, but yeah, let's forget about it. I have one more scene to show you guys from that same video that we dropped on Tuesday about the ND filters. I also had a quick B-roll segment just to show you guys what the filters look like with my friend Tina outside. It has a whole bunch of greens and stuff in the background, but if we're gonna adjust for her skin tones, let's go ahead and show you what that would look like here real quick on a different scene that's not with control lighting. This is just outdoors. So first things first here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna add some contrast into the image there. I'm gonna come to the color board here. I'm gonna drop the blacks down. I'm gonna push the highlights up there. Looks about good. So we're starting from there to there. And then we're gonna come in here, and I already have the mask drawn out for you guys because I did it before. And that's what that looks like there on the vector scope. So let's come in here and use a hue saturation curve to kind of clean things up a bit there. Boom. So let's select her skin here and drop this down. Now the line looks like it's trailing a bit there. Let's add some more control points here just to kind of clean that up a little bit. There we go. Drop that down a bit. All right, now we're looking about right there, but it looks like we need to add some saturation into the image there. Let's pull that skin up and let's drop that down on the line just a little bit more there. I think around there is good. All right, let's see what we're looking like here. Turn that draw mask off, and we have gone from this to this real quick. As you can see, brightened up her skin quite a bit there. If I use just a hue saturation curve, you can see that there. And then let's drop that LUT back on here. Same one, let's go back for that subtle classic. Drop that down so it can actually be subtle. Let's just double check what that's done to my image there. Not mad at it, it just add a little bit more saturation into the skin tones there as well. Turn that off, and we have gone from this to this super quick there, and we have some nice natural skin tones with the background there. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully you like this video. Hopefully that helps you out in some way, shape, or form. If it did, go ahead, drop it a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification button. We talk a lot about run and gun videography here, ton of camera reviews, tons of lens reviews, a lot more to come. You will not be disappointed, and I will catch you in the next video and not ramble on. Next time, I promise I'll try and keep the time. But big up, thank you for rocking with me, and stay creative, keep creating, big up yourself. Peace. Woo.